Well, I'm proud of our team. I thought that, we got contributions out of all three phases today. Certainly we played better defensively than we have the last couple of weeks. I was proud of them and encouraged by that. We left some out there offensively, but I think you have to give Virginia some credit. They have a pretty good defensive football team. But, happy to get out of here 35-10. I don't think anybody's beaten them like that all year. And we've got things we can work on moving forward, but, just happy that the game turned out the way it did.
Paul, the switch of Gamble to defensive end seemed to be a pretty good move in the game today.
Yeah, I think that he made some plays. He lost contain a couple of times, but he made some plays, especially helped us in the running game some. And, if you can't run the ball, it's hard to win. And we did a really good job taking the run away from them.
Regarding the running game, can you what was it, just filling gaps or getting off blocks?
Well, I think we tackled a little better, and we tried to be aggressive. We played a lot of man coverage, and, I think our defensive coaches had a good plan, and we stacked the box pretty good. But the bottom line is we beat some blocks and tackled better.
Back-to-back 100-yard games by St. John, made some hard yards and kept the offense going.
Yeah, he did some good things, made some big plays, made a heck of a catch on that touchdown pass. It was a low throw, and, he made a catch. He's a big, strong guy.
Do you know anything about Pat's status, Pat Gamble's status?
X-ray was negative. We'll just see.
X-ray on his knee, I'm guessing?
X-ray was negative. Email the trainer. That's what you usually do, isn't it?
Can you talk about the elements that made the pass defense also effective today?
Well, I think we got pressure. Sometimes we blitzed, and then when they started max protecting, we were able to drop in coverage. And, other than the very first, their scoring drive, we did a pretty good job all day challenging their receivers. And they got behind us some, but they didn't complete them. But at least we didn't give them easy throws. And even though we didn't get many sacks, we got pretty good pressure when we did bring blitzes.
You mentioned the pressure. You also were able to bat a lot of balls down at the line. I guess, how does that get into how does that affect the way QB has to adjust? I mean, there's no running game. You're not.
Well, we didn't do anything different this week than we've done all year. It just so happened that we got in the rush lanes and his delivery, we were able to knock some of them down. But it's stuff, the same stuff we work on all the time.
Could you have expected or hoped that the defense would play purely against the run this well? I mean,
Sure, I would expect them to play that way. That's the way I expect them to play every week. But I was proud that they bounced back. I know they weren't happy with the last two performances themselves. So it wasn't perfect by any stretch. We turned guys loose a couple times. I mean, there's a lot of things we can fix, but we played hard, and like I told the guys after the game, we made enough plays.
I think it was the touchdown that Justin threw to DeAndre. It was off. I think you kind of fake play action, left and one right.
Mm-hmm.
What went into that play? What did you see?
Well, it's just one-on-one. The way with the option, they were rolling the safeties hard. Try to get an extra, alley player over there, and we put in a little boot for them this week, and that was the play we put in to try to come back and run a deep takeoff comeback route. And DeAndre ran a good route and made a nice catch. Justin made a nice throw.
After the Thomas interception, how important was it to hold Virginia to that field goal?
Well, anytime that you turn the ball over in your end, it's huge if you can get a stop, and that was big. We had a couple. Our defense played a lot better in the red zone today than we've been playing.
Coach Winlasky comes back. Will he and Day split time at be back, or any idea
We'll
what's going to happen?
see when he gets back. I mean, that's kind of what it was before. We just St. John, hadn't played as many reps, but and we fully intended to get Matt Connors more reps today, actually. But the way St. John was running, I just kind of left him in there. I've got confidence in Matt too.
Corey starting at free safety, what was the decision-making process there?
Well, I think that we just felt like we need to shake it up back there a little bit and let guys know that if you don't play well, you don't just get to play all the time. So I think Coach wanted to shake it up a little bit, but they all played. And I thought when Jamal got back out there, he played fairly well.
How significant was the win? I know you passed
The win?
Right, yeah.
It was a pretty big deal, yeah. I mean, it was blowing hard, and when you were going against the wind, you didn't want to be throwing the ball deep, and where it really affected you was a kicking game. It's just like in the first half when we were against the wind, we were just right on the fringe for that field goal, and we went for it on 4th and 10 or whatever it was. But it was affecting the game.
What would you feel like Harrison's range would have been going north?
I thought we needed to probably get down to the 20-yard line.
The 4th and 1 on the 6, was that just the option play?
It
or
was
that
just a
gonna be-
called give behind Shaq Mason. I told St. John, hey, you're a big boy, get behind your pads and get behind Shaq and get 6 inches.
Did you think that he'd gotten it on the?
I didn't know.
on the spot?
I knew it was close.
Yeah.
You started out really well offensively, very efficiently. I think you scored in your first 3 drives, and it cooled off a little bit. What was working well? And
Well, I
what
mean,
kind
you
of-
know, the expectation level has gotten to where if you don't score on every possession, they want to know what's wrong. You're not going to score on every possession. You're just not. And while that's our goal and that's what we want to do, we didn't block as well. I'm not real sure we got the safety down at all on the perimeter in the second half. We really never got, we hit a play here and there. We never really got in a rhythm. Missed some reads. And against the defense with pretty good athletes, when you do that and they give you negative plays, then you get yourself in 3rd and long. It's hard to stay out there.
Coach,
Well,
look at the-
you nearly got some help from Pitt today against Duke, but they lost in overtime. How much do you all
You
look
can-
at the standings at this point?
It would have been great if they'd have won the game, but you just control what you can control. I mean, that's all you can do. And, we got 2 conference games left. I guess Duke's got 3 or 4. I don't know how many they got left. So, Miami's still in there. There's a lot of teams still in there. So, still a lot of football to be played, but we've got to figure out a way to go beat NC State on the road. That's all we can handle, and then we'll let the rest of it take care of itself.
Coach, it's satisfying. You look at the stat line, you see 2 defensive linemen amongst your leading tacklers. It's got to be a
Hey, hallelujah, it's time. That's great.
On 3rd down and long, you used that kind of 3-down lineman look. What was the?
Just a nickel package, dime package, just change up, try to get some, had a couple blitzes off of it and a couple ways, some ways to play 5 under zone, way to play some match, just nickel.
Is that something you worked on in practice much? Or?
Yeah. We worked on it all week.
Like prior to this week.
We hadn't done much of it until this week.
Was that a way to take advantage of Tyler Marcordy's coming off the edge and his athletic
Well, it's
ability?
just, right now we're a little bit short on defensive linemen, and it's a way to play with 3 down linemen instead of 4. And, maybe try to get 11 guys out there a little more athletic, and you can rush them and drop them, and they don't know who's coming, and get Gossas outside to rush a little bit. And I thought Keyshawn Freeman did a great job rushing the passer today.
Any more questions? Ken?
You mentioned the tackling. It did seem like it was, guys there weren't as many missed tackles today.
Mhm.
A lot of got to the ball. Was that something kind of a product of what you've seen in practice maybe this week?
Well, we practiced the same thing that we've practiced all year. I think it's just better execution and whatever. And we just made some plays and got some breaks over there. Got them off the field some on 3rd down. I don't know if it might not have been great, but it had to be better than. I can't see without glasses.
Well,
Yeah, so that's 100 times better than what we've been doing. So it allows you a chance to play good defense.